Charlotte, North Carolina. Of the NFL.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here at the Tar Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Carolina Panthers. So here are the Panthers now.
Because his team lost the game. He had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win. Points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 87 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Middle taken in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 26. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed, and this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Rams down for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader, because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
A 10-yard loss on the play. It's second.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert.
Los Angeles.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that's caught by the tight end, Bryant. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He'll find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He completes it to Bryant.
Garoppolo's pass.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A 4-yard pickup on the
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's a gain of 13. First down, Rams.
First down, Rams.
Garoppolo again. This pass complete to Higgins. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Rams.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Carry. Taken down at the 19-yard line. 1-yard gain.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Panthers 7, Rams 0.
Seibert's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
7.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That's about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Number 38.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Now they try the right side here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And give the
made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles about the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Touchdown. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has. Showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That is caught left side by Bryant.
Garoppolo's pass.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He completes this to Russell Gage. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The quarterback sacked.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Big hold of the 30. Over the middle, it's complete. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nailing over 20 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. There to make the tackle, Samson Abuko.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 30.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Wide open receiver, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
First and goal.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz?
So that drive goes 8 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And
he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, L.A. Russell Gage as the first half is winding down. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shout along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up first and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's
the Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
3rd down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First down, Los Angeles.
Garoppolo now. Caught on the right side by Adams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Pass incomplete. Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
It's second down and 10.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operated.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Makes the score Panthers 21.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
1st and 10. At their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
2-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback keeps it.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Intended for number 81.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
First and 10.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Number 40 on the carry.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Number 35, the ball
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Wide open receiver complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They'll set up a throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Touchdown ground, and the Panthers add on to their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field, but now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
Now whistles, flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown LA. Davante Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are now just a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. Well, we're used to seeing big plays from him in the passing game. That'll obviously go as a rushing touchdown, and what a rushing touchdown it was.
And you got to think to yourself that this coaching staff has looked at his playmaking ability and said to themselves, why are we just going to throw it to him? Let's double his touches and make him a big part of the run game. That big playability, it was at the forefront on that one.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now a handoff looking right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And we're back now in Charlotte. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now they try the right side here. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 25. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a handoff looking right. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
He was brought down by
the tackle there by John Johnson. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Check 43. No.
2nd and 4. They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. From 4 yards out. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Now the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. Yards in 9 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Now a dump off here complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
Garoppolo's pass.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
On first down, Garoppolo. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
It's a game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
36-yard line.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Will find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Los Angeles.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
First down.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown.
Boston's.
Well, let the natural light of today reflect that he is now getting into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You're a little Ralph Waldo Emerson, is that his name?
No, I was just going with the meteorologist. I said it was a day game. I'm here.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have
timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
And then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check it back. Kill.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now they try the right side here. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. It's complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Here's the Panthers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Carolina, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for